Let's finish. Let's finish, y'all. Let's finish. Where we stopped at the other day, I told y'all about the widow's son. I told you how religion plus slavery equals Freemasonry. I gave y'all that. If you didn't get it all, that's what you're going to get when you become a student. I'm telling you. I told you what the widow's son was. And now where we at, where there can be no widow while Allah is the husbandman. And this what, when I tell brothers and sisters, get out of your lower self. Moorish science is not no Al-Islam. Moorish science is not no European Christianity. Moorish science is true monotheism, true Islamism, Hebrewism, which is God and man is one. Zoroastrianism, God and man is one. Anything outside of yourself is true shirk. This is American Islam. That is our religion. The religion of our foremothers and our forefathers, which is on the Liberty Bell. This is not nothing outside of yourself. Moorish science is a synchronicity of what? All holy books. That's why it says we respect and obey all the laws and the prophets. And so if we respect all the laws and the prophets that we ain't seen, why you ain't respecting the laws and the prophets in the flesh that you see every day? And I give you scripture. How can a man say he loves God that he ain't never seen, but he hate the man that he sees every day? And I tell you, God works through man. And every holy book attests to that. And every holy book says that a prophet come in the voice of the people. So what you niggas looking for? I'll wait. You looking for the same thing Christianity teach you. You looking for the same thing Al-Islam teach you. Some pie in the sky. You think you finna get something. You think some magical clothes finna come off your head and bam, you finna learn something. That's the problem. We are educated people. This science, this craftsmanship come from us. We got to stop being lazy. And see, that's what I teach, brother. I'm like, they talk about you Moorish. Well, when I say, well, what's Moorish? Because Moorish more than just you getting on the internet wearing your fez at home, and you ain't gonna wear it in the real world because you're afraid and you don't know what it represents, and you don't know how to defend the Constitution. You walking around as some damn domestic terrorist on the internet talking disrespectfully about the United States of America, and I'm telling you, looked as a domestic terrorist for life. That's why I tell you there can be no widow while Allah is the husbandman. And what I teach, the Moors and what Noble Ali taught, and what any upright man that's a higher degree of science, what we teach the Moors about the widow's son. And the first thing that Noble Ali taught the Moors that brought them back to this remembrance, and the first thing that I teach y'all is the very last thing that a Mason earns the privilege to know. Do y'all know? Cut it off. I told y'all, the first thing that's taught, that I teach as Moors when I talk about the lower level science, is actually the very last thing a Mason earns the privilege to know. Do y'all know what it is? I'll wait. Do y'all know what it is? Say yes or no. Because this class, and the only way you're going to learn is by responding and asking questions. Do you know? Watch, this is the first thing, and this is simple. That's why I say I know Moors are not studying. I know Moors don't study. And I'll wait. It's some Moors on here that say yes or no. We are taught. This is where I say, I ask any Moor that's on here. This is how I know if Moors really studying or not. And they say they systematically study, because today was Sunday school at the temples. Today was Sunday school at the temples, right? True Noble. See when Moors say things and portray themselves as something, then we got it. Then I'll break down how the temple's supposed to start off, how the meeting's supposed to start off, how everything is systematic. You can't just say this don't work no more. If you're saying the Moorish Science Temple of America, it's certain ways how the temple should be set up, things should be read, and Moors know what I'm talking about. So now today was Sunday school in the temples, and I say from our Kemetic degrees, from our going through the shrine, not Shriner, and I said what Noble Ali taught and what I taught the Moors about the widow's son. And the first thing that the Prophet Noble Ali taught, and the first thing that I taught the Moors, is actually the very last thing a Mason earns the privilege to know. And what is that? No, not that one. Allah, man, are one. That's part of it, but no, I said the first thing. The first thing, and see, that's what I say, that's great. And I'm glad your juices are flowing. But see, I be throwing things out to more specifically that say they part of the Moorish Science Temple of America. And when I say this is elementary stuff, they should know this. So they no disrespect to you, James Bay, but you're vibrating. You're vibrating. But see, Moors that say they part of the Moorish Science Temple, I want the specifics because it's a specific. Brother James, you're going to get it all. You on the right track. But see, in science, when we teach it, I have to be specific because in the court of law, there's no excuse. I'm not knowing the law. So I have to break things down systematically. So, true noble, no disrespect to you, noble. You say you part of the temple. So what is the first thing that's taught to the Moors is actually the very last thing a Mason earned the privilege to know. Do we know this? If we don't know, then say it. I'm talking about specifics, but brother James, you vibrating. But when brothers say they study systematically, they should know exactly what I'm talking about. If they say they part of the Moorish Science Temple of America. The question is, the first thing our Prophet Noble Drew Ali taught the Moors is actually the very last thing a Mason earns the privilege to know. What is it? What is it? No? What is it? I want the specific question. And then I give you the answer. And if we don't know it, then we must say that. Who made you? Because I start jumping all in the one-on-ones and the Moors that's talking about they part of the temple, they don't know nothing what I be saying. When they be making this Adapt chamber up and I'll be like, let me show you what this Adapt chamber really about. Ain't nothing what these goofballs talking about. Nothing. When I break down the prophet's ayats, it ain't nothing what these goofballs talking about. Because I break down the prophet's ayats. I'll break down some of the stuff that are people out with him and what he said. Children, your hair is not kinky. It's woolly like your brother Jesus. Prove me wrong. And you got these goofball Moors on here dissing stuff. And I say, you damn sure ain't read your Moors Quran because your Moor Quran talks about the 18 missing years of Yahshua's life and your workman tools, how he studied all across the Mediterranean. Prove me wrong. And it's constructed over your Rosicrucian manual. Prove me wrong. You can't. Because I know Moors ain't studying. So I'm waiting for the answer. If we don't know it, say we don't know it. And then I'll give the answer. This is the simple stuff. This is elementary science. That's what I'll be saying. We got to watch Moors that be talking about somebody anointed, somebody selected them. Can't nobody handpick you. That ain't Moorish science. You must be consecrated and appointed. The people, the body politic connects you. No disrespect, noble. Man, know thyself. That is not.
Divine creed.
No, Empress, that is not. I won't see specifics. And the specifics, this is what I'll be saying. The specifics. And the more know and Moors know I'm telling the truth. That's why if we giving all these answers, which is cool, which is part of the paradigm, but I want specifics. Like when a person asks you what's your nationality and you say, I'm a copper color race. That's not specific. It's who made you. That's the first thing that we know. That's the last thing that a Mason knows. Who made you? The great God, Allah. Man is a thought of Allah, and thoughts of Allah are infinite. They are not measured by time. Man himself is not the body nor the soul. He is the spirit and a part of Allah. So spirit man, as seed of Allah, held deep within himself the attributes of every part of Allah. Now seeds are perfect as the source from which they come, but they are not unfolded into life made manifest. So the child is as perfect as the mother is. So man, the seed, must be deeply planted or deeply rooted in what? A soil that he might grow, unfold. And does the what? Doesn't the bud unfold to show the flower? So the human seed that came forth from the heart of Allah was full ordained to be the Lord of the plane of soul and of the plane of things made manifest. Are y'all following me? So Allah, the husbandman of everything that is, threw forth this human seed into the soil of soul. It grew apace, and man became a living soul, and he and she became the Lord of all the kingdoms of the soul. Are y'all following me? So you can't get mad at the teachings because the teaching save you. Don't no Negro in no temple save you. I don't give a damn if the body, I don't give a damn about no building. If I walk into the building and everybody in there idiots, they in there singing some goddamn amazing grace. You in there singing some amazing grace, how sweet that is. And you in there singing some damn Negro spirituals. Man, go on with that, man. You ain't teaching, nobody ain't teaching nothing. Ain't no Moorish science. I done been to temples, they don't even have a Moorish Quran. Talk about you having Sunday school. How you having Sunday school and you ain't teaching a Moorish Quran, which make people upright? You in there with your religious, dogmatic, connotative, arbitrary explanation of bull to the crap. Flat out. And this got to stop. I don't care if a whole bunch of Negroes gather together in a building and you talk about you teaching Moorish science and you got pictures of Noble Dry Lane, you just charted. Man, you lying to the people because that ain't Moorish science. And if it was, why you not on the corner telling all Negro, blacks, and colored that nationality is the order of the day and we need to bring y'all into the temple and get y'all ID card for the temple. And once we get 30,000, we take this back to the world courts. I'll wait because it ain't going to happen because Negroes always lying. Only thing they just did, they went from the pulpit to the temples, put on the fez, put on a whole bunch of damn attire with them lies. I don't respect no old fool. I don't respect no young fool. I'll walk past you. I don't give a damn if you got no fez on. If you ain't right, man, you better not say nothing to me. I'm going to walk right past you and I'm going to hold my emperor's hand. You better not say nothing to me. Period. We got time for no lying Negroes, man. Talk about this some more scientific. You niggas lying. You ain't studying nothing. Just a whole bunch of goofballs with fez on. Then you don't even wear your fez in the real world. In the real world, it's lights, camera, action. That's why the science in the lesson to Moorish children is there can be no widow because Allah, the great God of the universe, is the husbandman and the soil of the soul with her action of thinking, willing, reasoning, understanding, and remembrance is the mother within which Allah planted his spirit, man's seed. I hope y'all following this science, man. See, because we're gonna shed all this goofball, all this Negro-centric, Afrocentric, fake Moorish science. We're gonna end this today. Moors ain't studying this Moorish Quran. Moors ain't even open it. They don't even study it. How you gonna have Sunday school and you don't go over the Moorish Quran with your babies, with your empress, with your family? How? How? You know? But reasoning, understanding, and remembrance is the mother within which Allah planted his spirit in man. So the word man, what do the word man means? For my Moors, that's part of the Moorish Science Temple. This is Adept wisdom. What does man mean? What does the word man means? I'll wait. And wait till we get in this clock of destiny. This one, I'm going to take stuff to the higher level. I know Moors don't know no higher science. But then they put names on them. An adept, a sheik, a magi. You ain't no damn magi. How you ain't no holy priest? If you don't know these, you ain't read these holy books. You don't have the holy scriptures. You don't know nothing about the triple roll of the Adept chamber. But you going to put a title on yourself, call yourself some sheik. Call yourself some magi. You ain't no magi. You a nigga with a fez on. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me, because any more that have a fez on, they supposed to understand the 32 and 33 degrees, which is nothing but lower level science. And that's in your instruction number 2. Prove me wrong, but you can't, because Negroes don't study. I know Negroes don't even know how to read. I know most Negroes that put a fez on, they don't even have 10 minutes to meditate. Nope. I'm glad you're thinking, cuz. But see, we're going to get this correct. What does the word man mean? This from my brothers that say they study organized and they say they study in the temples. This is the stuff that they should know. This is the stuff that the Moors that say they study systematically in the temples. This is the stuff that y'all should know. Because if you got a sheik or some grand sheik, your grand sheik should know this. He talking about he went through the damn Adept chamber. That nigga ain't went through no Adept chamber. How some grown idiot gonna teach somebody through something they ain't went through nothing? So this is for the Moors that say they part of the temples and they do this and they do this and we doing this. So what does the word man mean? I'll wait. What does the word man mean in the context of what I'm saying? If you don't know, just say you don't know. That's what I be waiting for. See, I can deal with people that don't know because I know a lot of this information Moors do not know. They'll just make shit up. And that's what a preacher do. And that's what a Negro do. Oh, I think it mean this. Nigga, I don't give a damn what you think. I said, prove it. 1 Thessalonians 5:21. Prove all things and hold fast to what is good. I don't give a damn what you believe, because right under believe is a word called belie. And your belief or your thinking, your truth can be based on what, Empress? A lie. So your truth ain't based off nothing. That's your religious, dogmatic, connotated, arbitrary explanation of B to the S. So I'll wait. In this context, for my Moors that say they study systematically, the word man means what? What does the word man mean? Come on, I'm waiting. Somebody tell me, please. If you don't know, say you don't know, because I ain't going to proceed till somebody tell me something. What you need? I want to answer. Yeah, I'm the teacher. Nope. True. Close, cuz. What did he say? Aisha said truth. And then she said, I don't know. But I'm waiting on the Moors that's on here that's on the temple. Spirit. No. Not in this context what I'm saying. I'm waiting on a Moor to tell me that say they part of the temple and they study. And they got some sheik. And they got some man over them call themselves some sheik. This is elementary wisdom. This is all elementary wisdom. That's why I'm saying I know Moors ain't studying Empress. Moors say they part of the temple and they got all pictures of Noble Ali, they taking all these stuff. And I say, the word man means thinker. The word man means thinker in this context. Man rises by the elevated degrees of what he thinks. Man rises by the elevated degrees of what he thinks. Are y'all following me? His ladder of salvation has 3 steps. It's in your Moorish Quran. When I talk about in chapter 5, when I talk about our workman tools and this 3-step ladder, belief, faith, and fruition. Read in your Moorish Quran chapter 7, verse 25 to 31. That's how I know these Moors ain't studying nothing in these temples. Cuz that's how I know they playing. Cause when I talk, oh, more you deep, I said, I ain't that deep. It's in your Quran. You talk about you part of the Moorish Science Temple. Man, y'all in there eating chicken and Oreo cookies. That's what y'all doing. Not a good combination. Don't get me, I start busting out. Y'all in there eating chicken and eating Oreo cookies. That's what y'all doing, having church. Don't lie. Because that's what they doing. That's exactly what they doing. They be in there eating cookies and chicken. Hell, they ain't teaching no about business. They ain't teaching no law. They ain't teaching no history. They ain't teaching about agriculture. They ain't teaching the babies history, a law, nothing. You don't see the children. You don't see the empresses. You don't see nobody coming together as unions. All you see is a whole bunch of Negroes like they some damn Crips and Bloods. That's what you see. That's what you see. And that ain't what I'm teaching. This is for the whole family. I need families. I need the women. I need the babies. I don't need no whole bunch of grown niggas. Got time for no grown fool, man. I ain't rocking with that. I'm honorable. But the more rapid his or her thoughts, the more like unto himself as God he or she becomes. And his thought must be developed by the exercise of strength. Are you listening to me? I said his or her thought must be developed by the exercise of strength. And man cannot die. The spirit man is one with Allah and lives. And man cannot die. If energy transfers, it's vibration. My energy just going to transfer. And while the West African slave trade will forever be a historical fact, but the untold truth is its inhabitants of the African continent has never been without the omnipresence of the great universal creator Moors. So in other words, as long as Allah lives, man nor the mother that nourished him can never die. Right? Right? And the African continent has always been the mother of the human family. That's why when I talk about analogies and parables and symbology, and it said in the beginning, the world was dark or the world was black, that'd be over so many Moors' head. You got to understand the symbology in things. All nations are her daughters, especially those from her northwestern and southwestern shores. When somebody talk about the Middle East, ain't no such thing as no Middle East. But whose carnal mankind knocked in the head of wisdom and buried in the West. And these guys manifested in Africa became known in the West as the rejected cornerstone. The rejected cornerstone. When you talk about the cornerstone that's been rejected, just like in the biblical scriptures, when they talk about some Lucifer, I said, Lucifer ain't nothing scary. Lucifer is the morning star. It's the same thing. But you'll let some preacher tell you some goofy stuff. You will let these fake Moors get you all caught up in something. And I said, I use this biblical scripture. I'm about to show you that the Bible proved that the Asiatic man is the father of civilization. And I'm going to prove it strictly with scripture. I'm going to tell you who Jubal, Jubal, and Jubalim is. Then I already told y'all who Jubal, Jubal, and Jubalim is, what they did. and the symbolic name of Jubal, and Jubalim shelter the shame and identities of the assassination of Haram Mabif, the widow's son. You see that? That's why I tell Moors, you don't be fooled by the harmonic sound of the names. That's how I know Moors not adapts. That's how I know Moors not studying. You see, like these nursery rhymes had about the same stage meanings. You know? Moors, Cash App, $ KG Bay. Because if you was in here in Arizona coming to the temple, you would give a donation. I'm about to start blocking Moors. No disrespect to nobody. But I do a service and I have my temple set up to where all we ask for is a charitable contribution. And if a Moor ain't willing to give a $5 or a charitable contribution, you can't rock with me. You would go give your fun. You would go to the club and go club hop and go to 5 different clubs and buy that cheap ass alcohol and buy goofy outfits and be like a dressed up monkey every week to hang out. And you would come on my page and won't give a $5 donation and know I'm feeding you. Come on, man. And that's all I ask. A $5 or a $10 donation. I'll send you literature so you won't be lost. My Cash App is Cash App, $ KG Bay. I told you all. That's why I said in the new year, I'm only down for my students and I'll be off of this. Because more just want to piggyback and take a piece of something, and knowing damn well you don't know what I'm talking about because you don't have the literature. Knowing damn well you may have heard something and then you repeat it. You repeating that shit totally wrong and gonna get your ass handed to you. Excuse my candor. We adults. Cash App, $ KG Bay, man. I'm serious with this. This is a craft. If you're a barber, I ain't gonna come to your barbershop and be like, oh man, cut my hair for free. I follow you. You cut hair. No. I ask for a charitable contribution. You should be willing to give this. The only thing that's going to cost you is being dumb as hell. And that's what's happening with these Moors, with these fake ass plates and all that goofy stuff, acting like a domestic terrorist. But the Jews are covert names and are not accidental. And they designed to show that they are different chords of the same instrument. Jubal or Jubilee is jubilant, like Larry Moore and Curly. So the three Jews are the slap happy as any life terminators that ever came from Europe or out of Europe. And the murderers are and the assistant murderers in the first, second, and the third utmost evil degrees. And you got to understanding should always overrule compassion. Understanding should always overrule compassion. Understanding should always overrule compassion. That's why I be telling these Negro, black, and color, and these Moors that follow these Mason orders. No, I don't give a damn if you under some Negro order because you still ain't free when you putting black in front of you. These is facts. You got some potentate on you. I don't give a damn if you talk about you part of some black temple. Ain't no such thing as no black temple. How can some, no disrespect, a European charter you and a copy Jew? And they can't even read the Metanetter. That's why they ain't 99 degrees. That's why you look at their literature, it's 32. And ain't nothing ancient about that. It ain't nothing ancient about nothing modern. Understanding always overrule compassion. And when creatures act according to their nature, therefore it should be best understood. Jubal, and Jubalim did not murder Haram because they hated Africans, but because that's what they were. That's their nature. I hope you following me, man, and get out the hate and get into the teachings because this is their teachings. That's why I tell you, I'll take their pen and tell you exactly who you are and tell you exactly who they are because they'll tell you. That's scholarship. This is stuff I did on college campuses. Got no fake degrees, man. I don't care because no nigga I don't believe you. I don't give a damn what you believe, fool. Your belief is based on a lie. Prove it. 1 Thessalonians 5:21. They can't, but I'll give you all reference. Haram, the African god man, was the Egyptian Adept master and represented the founder of the first monotheistic religious creed. The faith is sacred rituals of initiation were popularized by Akhenaten, the first Muslim pharaoh in Egypt. Muslim is one who submits his will to the will of the great God. I tell y'all in our prosecution manual, where my book, the Unto Thee Grant, Moors don't know. They're not studying. They're not studying. The prophet Muhammad perfected, which means translated the creed into his native Arabic language. It's called Islam. American slaves forbidden to pray to the God of their forefathers or practice Islam. Called it what? The old time religion. Start asking people. Start asking these goofy ass Moors the right questions. They ain't gonna be able to answer nothing I'm telling you, because all they do is gather. They have in church. The kids ain't knowing. They ain't teaching nothing. The women ain't there. The babies ain't there. They acting like some Masons and Crips and Bloods. That's what they acting like. These Negroes don't own nothing. Everything around them is poor and raggedy. These slaves placed their hopes for the African religion of Islam into many of the songs and prayers of the Christian religion that was forced upon them during this time of slavery. Conformity to the European King James religion of Christianity could offer the only rare sources of discriminatory means. Just like when a slave get baptized, and I say you ain't nothing but a religious slave. That's that Protestant stuff. I show y'all. I give y'all lectures. I got the books. I show y'all all day. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. That's why Masonry reenacts the Haram of Beef parable by saying Jubilo attacked Haram at the west gate and struck him with a 24-inch gauge or gauge. Haram, wounded and trying to escape, ran to the south gate where Jubila struck him across the neck with the square. Haram, when running east, was attacked by Jubilim and at the east gate and hit him with the fatal blow in the head with the setting maul. See, I told y'all all the workman tools. I'm telling you, that's what look. I done showed y'all this over and over, and you still want to be under that goofy ball stuff because you took some oath. That's why I said I don't respect no Negro Mason call himself a Moor. You can't be that's an oxymoron. Babe, can you get my book, The Consecrated Talesman? It should be under there somewhere. It must be remembered that the three Jews must themselves, according to the three major European stages of African subjugation, right? The first stage was the three heads of religion. The second was the three-headed beast of the other nations. And the last stage was the three dead badges of the U.S. Reconstruction Law. Thank you, Empress. You're welcome. See, I'm gonna bust it all in the head. These Moors lying, and then you got these, no disrespect, you got these Freemasons, and they're confusing the teachings. You ain't free. Not when you got some potentate over you. That you ain't studying no Moorish science, because in Moorish science, Islam is I, self, law, and master. And anything outside yourself, that's true shirk. You cannot be a Moor studying the teachings of God and man as one and call yourself some lower level Mason and be going to the lodge with your oath. You know I'm telling you the truth, because that's an oxymoron. How can you say that you study Moorish science and you got some potentate and you got some grand man that's over you? You out of line. You out of pocket. You out of pocket. And all these Moors, that's European Masons and Prince Hall Masons, you know I'm telling you the truth. Because if you would have knew the teachers, no way you would have became no Mason. Because Masons don't know shit. Every Prince Hall Mason I know, my homeboy in Michigan, they don't know nothing. And they'll tell you that they don't know nothing. Because they don't study the teachings. I'm gonna tell you what they do. They get drunk. They got a bar downstairs, them Negroes have fun. Yeah, they give a little charity. They give a little charity, a little $500 scholarship. Man, me and my dad do that. Do the Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple in school. We do that. I do soccer camps. So that's what I'm saying. It's a joke. So don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me, man. Tell the truth, shame the devil. And the devil will be looking right in your face, lying to you. The West Gate is actually a storefront. It's a crusade as Christianity. But the covert operation of the Roman Catholic order, the South Gate, is those who call themselves Jews. Read Revelations 2 and 9. And the East Gate was the Muslims with Arabian thought patterns. And when Freemasonry was first formed, it represented the pseudo, which means fake transition of African subjugation from the big three religions to the private sector. You see, I'll break this science down. And as a result, during the century of 1700s of enslaving African Moors, the three roofings became slaveries, staunchest of supporters: England, Jubel; France, Jubila; and finally America, Jubileum. The second stage, the three nation family, the Jews, was now manifested in full effect. I can go on and on. The jurisdiction, the foundation of Christianity, which began in Rome, dictated the separation of Islam and Judaism due to their strong African strain. See, this is why I'm telling you, they don't know nothing. They lying to y'all. History and law, it synchronizes. And you go on these temples, how can somebody call himself a scholar and they don't have no scholarship? How can they dis education? I say education comes from the Moors. The first universities was in Timbuktu and Salamanca. People was coming down because they was dying at the age of 20. All the medical field, I start showing you, I start connecting the dots. And you're going to diseducation. Only an idiot diseducation. And how can you call yourself some Moorish scholar? How? I'll wait. Where you got your degrees from? Oh, somebody elect me and they would send me through some adapt chamber. And then when I look at the old fool, I say, man, you don't know nothing. Go on with that crap. You don't even have a third grade comprehension level. And you talk about you some scholar? And you don't even have a library. And you talk about you some scholar? I'm like, what type of scholar is you? I'll wait. And please don't talk about no law. Talk about you deal with civics. And I say, well, civics is dealing with the people. You don't know international law, local law, state law. You don't know jurisdiction. You don't know nothing. You talk about you deal with law. Man, go on, man. Go on with that crap. This real science right here. This school. And that's what I have, a school. And I said, no, I'm the Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School. My curriculum is Moorish science. We teach knowledge, order, rhythm, astronomy, nature. We teach business, finance. We teach agriculture. We teach love, truth, peace, freedom, justice. We teach history. We teach that you're not Negro, black, and color pertaining to the laws that govern this world. I teach you about the religious community and how we can do something legally and lawfully, not illegally. That's what I'm telling y'all. The fatal blow of the systematic stripping the Moors of their nationality and divine creed. This is the true meaning of knocking in the head at the high noon. I keep telling y'all, it's analogies that most of these Moors don't even know. And when somebody say something to them, especially a lower level Mason, and they see the Moor with the fez on, when they say certain stuff, they know the Moors ain't nothing. They be like, oh, that's a slave with a fez on. But when they see me, they upright. And then the light gets shut out. I'm telling you, man, no disrespect. And if Moors know what I'm saying, y'all lower level Masons that's portraying as Moors, no disrespect, you got to come from out of that. And you know what I'm talking about, because you cannot be no Mason at the Moor at the same time. It don't work like that. And y'all know what I'm saying. And if any Moor or a Mason got a problem with that, all you got to do is get off my page, because you lying to the people. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. So I'm done with that, because I told y'all need to be students before I get all the way deep into the science. And what I'm doing is courting you right now. I'm courting you. Watch this. No, I got another one, babe. It's another one like this. It's the other one. It's a different one. It's just like this. It's just like this. This is my other one. It should be another one in there, babe. The Consecrated Talisman. It should be another book. It looked like this. They say that's like trying to be in between, and you can't do that. You can't. But see, they're gonna lie to y'all because they want to get you caught up in a joke. They're gonna lie to you, but we're gonna remove all that. We're gonna remove the veil. It looks kind of like this. It's another one, just like that. And see, cuz that's why I be saying the Moors that be lying, when I speak from the breath of Allah, they get mad, they get scared because they know they can't prove nothing I'm saying is invalid. That's why. Now, I'm going to read something to you. When all these fake Moors be talking about, oh, I can nationalize you, you can't do a damn thing. I'll give y'all in the Adapt wisdom. No man, no temple, no sheik got the power to nationalize you or do none of that. None of that stuff. Only thing they can make you is a Mason. Prove me wrong, Moors. Only thing they can make you is a Mason. The Moorish Science Temple should be set up to where they should be nationalized people through the temple. That's it. And once we get the right people, we take it to the world courts. Let me give y'all this. Beginning with the first post, Drew Ali Freemason named Charles Kirkman Bey, Love L too, claimed to have the power to make Moorish Americans out of members, divine members out of sheiks, and adepts out of officials. To make a man as one can make a Mason is the practice of Freemasonry at its most unscrupulous heights. To nationalize, which is to make or denationalize any human, is both a sin and a crime. I mean, it's both a sin and a crime. No God, prophet, or grand man has the power to nationalize any man, woman, or child. And y'all gonna keep following this goofy stuff? And those who have taken away a man's true identity are criminals. This practice gave the U.S. courts and the outside world the illusion that the Moorish Science Temple of America was a religion whose members under the tenets were nationalized with the name Moorish American and loaned the organizational marks of Bain El. Needless to say, this nationalization, hoodwinking, was never empowered or practiced by Noble Drew Ali or any other upright man. No man has the power to nationalize another man. This would change him from the descendant nature of his forefathers. If one can make or nationalize a Moorish American, one can also make a Chinese or an Irish or a Sudanese at will. Why you ain't never asked nobody that? But they saying they can make your black ass something. You see, it's a scam. The Moorish Science Temple is set up the right way, not these fake temples. This act brought a light of 75-year practice of clandestine cultism within the various MST groups, showing how it has systematically denounced 98% of its members as non-Moorish or repoed their tribal names Bayer El. An entity that eats its young can never prosper. This is why John Doe, a public of today, knows nothing about the true uplifting duties performed by our Prophet Noble Drew Ali. You see, due to the national inactivity of Moorish officials, Negro, black, and colored people who do not know the great God of their forefathers, ordained them a redeemer. And they all deserve to know how these truth and make a choice, and make a choice, and make a choice. This is the main reason why I'm giving y'all this. I'm giving y'all this. The MSTA or any other organization, the jurisdiction to neither rule over him nor be a determinant to his or her national freedom, and they bamboozle his birthright to be God. This is no slander. I'm giving this to the warning to the ignorant and guidance for those who are still practicing these sinful ways. You part of these fake ass temples and it's garbage. You following these fake Moors, talking about this plate and all that, you going to jail. Choices are for the free, and decisions stand upon the principles of love. As a charter Moorish Science Temple of America, constitutional limitations are restricted to only teach its members their nationality and divine creed. If you're a Moorish Science Temple, that's why I be saying all this stuff these goofball Moors doing, they talk about this, that ain't law, because it ain't nobody. That ain't law, it's just some nigga at home getting you caught up. It ain't nobody. This is the only way for it to live out its purpose, the uplifting of fallen humanity. From its inception of 1913, the noble groups was never intended to be recognized as a national government, Islamic sect, secret order, or as a religion. But today, the Moorish Science Temple of America is widely known and accepted as the founder has been reduced from a prophet of Allah to a Shriner. Same way people be accusing me, oh, he a Freemason. I say, well, look me up and see what type of European masonry I'm a part of. You can't find it. And then when you see my degrees, when you see the real science, oh, he's 720 degrees. Oh, he got bachelor's degree in the world. He got real science. More, I keep telling y'all, you got to stop. You be a student. That's the only way. That's the only way, is to be a student. And I'm about to show y'all some stuff, man. Because a lot of temples are not chartered right. If they charter right, they should be nationalizing through the temple, which would be on the back of your IDs. It'll say the Moorish vital statistics. I'm going to show y'all some stuff. But see, what they did, they try to reduce the prophet from a prophet of Allah to a Shriner, the same way they do me. Our fez, the most highest respected headdress in the world, is mostly worn in secrecy, like shameless thieves and blue lodges. And that's what Negroes do. They wear the fez in secrecy. You can't find it? It looked just like that. It looked just like this. Let me see. It looked just like this one. But I'm going to find it because we getting ready to do part 2. Because I ain't even got in the clock of destiny yet. Babe, we're going out there and get my Moorish ID card. You asked me to get stuff, so don't ask me. Or I'll show that at part 2.
What you need?
In my drawer, my ID. See, let me show y'all something. Yes or no? Because part 2 getting ready to be amazing. Didn't Obama tell you, Negro, black, and colored in 2010, you have a right of a nationality? Yes or no? Listen to me. Obama told Negro, blacks, and colored in 2010 that you have a right of a nationality. But what Obama said prophetically is what? You have a right to change your nationality and to claim a child replacing the birth certificate. This is law. That's why when I talk about the true science of the AA22 number, man, that's the law when it tells you get 30,000 more and we take that back to the world courts. So I ain't even got into the clock of destiny. That's going to be part 2. I'm building you up. Obama told these Negro, black and colored, Latino, Mexican, all that misnomer. The first thing I tell y'all, if the pen doesn't match the Carmen Dayton, you don't change the Carmen Dayton, you change the pen been changed. So what did Obama tell these goofball Negroes in 2010? Legally and lawfully. And I'm talking about the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Article 15. A lot of more don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. That's why they be getting caught up in a Jedi mind trick. Some fat old fool talk about they're gonna nationalize you, but it's gonna take you 90 days and you gotta pay them some X amount of dollars. Man, get out of here with that scam. Go on with that bullshit. If the Moorish Science Temple is only one, I don't give a damn where it's at, domicile state, it's only one, and you got subordinate temples. And if they're chartered right, what they're supposed to be doing, if nationality is the order of the day, they should be making sure we got to get these brother day cards. We could take this to the world courts. You ain't got to believe in that fake law. This is on the back of the ID cards. You see that? The Moorish it's the Moorish Bureau of Vital Statistics for registered Muslims. It can be looked up. It can be looked up. I'm gonna keep demonstrating this. The 1010 number, I broke that down. The 1010 number on our card is just the religious affidavit. Anybody can look this up in the county clerk in Chicago, pay the fee. The 1010 number, that's all it is. It's the religious affidavit. So any more lying to you. We got a tax exempt number as well. That's how the tax exempt number goes to the temple. Just like that's like the Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple in school. We got a tax exempt number and it's connected to our movement. You see that? So don't let no fake more lie to you, man. Don't let no fake more have you give up something for a morsel for your rights and telling you garbage. This is for the Moorish Science Temple only. This does not replace nothing. If any more telling you that, they lying and they damn sure ain't part of no real temple. This don't replace nothing. Your ID card is for the Moorish Science Temple of America. Our tax exempt card is for the Moorish Science Temple of America only. Our travel identification card is for the Moorish Science Temple of America only. Our nationality card is for the Moorish Science Temple of America only. Period. Period. It don't replace a damn thing. Do you see me driving around talking about, with some goofy ass plate on my car? Our prophet said, stop flashing your cards at Europeans. It causes confusion. Remember, your ID card is for your salvation. Failure to obey these orders would be what? Severe consequence. You know what the severe consequence is? Your black ass going to jail and being looked at as a domestic terror for life. You getting walked out your job. That's what. Obama told these goofballs that in 2010 you have a right of a nationality and a right to change it. But y'all getting caught up, Obama ain't for black people. Hell no, he ain't. Me neither. Because what's a black people? A fucking animal, a dog, a slave. Y'all missing. Negro, black, and colored, those all chattel. Mexican, Latino, all misnomers. And it went so far over you Negroes' head. No president is elected. They all selected. You Moorish tripping. The law works. This is something my dad always told for me when I was young and a babe studying. You have to remove the hate and get into law because the laws work. Especially the laws work for people that's humans and have a nationality. This is things that you got to know. Watch this. No one shall be arbitrarily deprived of his nationality nor denied the right to change his nationality. Step 1, voluntary comprehension test. You do not need to register on the site. Just take the 3 questions, blah, 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 blah. Let me get to the prophetic stuff. The last 5, step 5. The proof of life and proof of claim of children certificate replaces the birth certificate. No one shall be arbitrarily deprived of his nationality, nor denied the right to change his nationality. You ain't got to listen to me. You ain't got to listen to me? Yeah, the school started in the end of January. The syllabus is done. I'm getting ready to send the syllabus out and all the information going to be there. And like I said, if brothers ain't with it, I don't give a damn. Next year, they're going to still be in the same boat. And watch where we be at. Watch where we be at next year. The syllabus is done. I tell more, this is a $250 one-time enrollment fee. And that's tax exempt. And that's how you get all your books. How you gonna be a student and you don't even have the books that you need to follow? You get your fez and your turban and you get all your regalia. And then it's $100 donation fee each month. That's nothing. And it's for your whole family. And systematically, I have a syllabus with books. I'm teaching you spirituality, history, and law. I'm telling you, man. You see how simple that was? That was simple. And we ain't even got started into the clock of destiny. We ain't even got started into the teachings. When I show you that the Asiatic man is the father of civilization. Part 2, the clock of destiny, going to be good because it's my mom's solar return and we about to be out. Cash App, $KGB. If y'all like what I'm saying, send a donation. If you was in Arizona, when you come to my temple, you would sit there and look at me when it's over. Well, we gone. And then we got to have the lights on. No, I got to do things for the brother. No, I'm printing literature. And brother don't want to support this. Come on, man. Come on, man. That ain't fair. And that's why I said at the end of the year, nobody will be able to find me on IG. Why? Because I'm deleting it. That's why. Because all Negroes want some free shit. And I say nothing free in life. You should be willing to give a donation. You should be willing to learn. You should be willing to get the literature so you can teach your babies and also teach yourself. Because what you thought you knew is based on a fucking lie. That's why I tell more that the Bible gives the first and only true account of the origin of mankind. It's the only book containing an accurate record of the progress of man towards civilization, and its indisputable reference to all searches after the real facts of the birth of humanity and its progress toward the civilization. I can show y'all the Muslims believe in the Bible, but it must be interpreted by the elite. But what I don't rock with is they Act 12, that Fard Muhammad is the Messiah of the Mahidas, the Christians and the Muslims since 1930, since Jesus died. That's what they stuff say. And then they're going to get you caught up with that garbage. That's why I said Moorish science is not a religion. Watch this. The black man, the Asiatic man, has been misrepresented by prejudiced historians and lecturers, even your own brothers and sisters, you know? You know? It has been quoted that Ham, the father of the black man, was cursed by his father, Noah. This is how our prophet told Moorish. I don't get rid of no holy books because the holy books prove who you are. What holy book? Every holy book. The Book of Mormon, from the Book of Dead. Shit, any book you get from the Book of Ephraim, I can show you who you are. Eloquently, because I already done did it on the college campus with professors and scholars. It's called the Scholars Roundtable, standing ovations. But all Negro, black, and colored people want to do is get y'all caught up in games. You know? So we're getting ready to get to part 2. That's over. So we're gonna start part 2. Let me end this.